Greetings, fellow YouTubers. We're back in his house, ready to rock, ready to roll. Now, before I go and get the wands mailed off, I wanted to make a quick video. Very quick video. When it comes to dating in general, people feel like, a lot of them feel like you can't make any real connections in the real world anymore. It's all about the online experience. See, that's where I would disagree. That is where I would disagree. 100%. It's not about not making real connections. It's about getting rejected face to face hurts more than being told no by some random stranger on a computer screen. Whoa, hold on, Mr. Saunders. That was so true it hurts. Where's the ice pack for that burn? Because that was a little harsh. And here's the thing of it. You get told no by every girl you like. Eventually you're desensitized to it and it doesn't bother you. You feel me? So sometimes having that real life connection is needed. Now, I felt like if I got told yes by every girl I liked, I wouldn't appreciate getting it when I get it as much, for one. And two, just because you can go out and easily get it doesn't mean you should get it all the time, Now, here's the thing of it. A lot of these beta males apply all this energy into getting laid. That's all they care about is sex. And this kind of attitude is detrimental to the overall image of men in general. If certain men are high strung and focused on getting as much pussy and beer as they possibly can, then it makes men in general look bad. And this is why we have the negative stereotype that all men want is sex. I'm sick of it, YouTube. Bloody fucking sick of it. But a lot of people have this attitude that you have to have kids before you're 40, or you have to be married before you're 40, otherwise your life is over, or boo-hoo. And I'm like, no. Get that stereotype out of here. That's old-fashioned as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I guess it depends on how healthy your body is for that kind of thing. But that's beside the point. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing of it. In today's modern society, we are seeing women choose a career before a family, which I think is awesome. For generations, we've had women who chose the exact opposite, a family before a career. They ended up depressed and unhappy. They ended up in their middle ages trying to find a way to establish themselves because they missed out on that opportunity to explore their future. That being said, the roles are switched. Now we have more stay-at-home dads than we do moms, and that's alright. Progression in the right direction, that's what it is. And here's the thing of it. If you can learn to deal with being rejected face to face, it'll make dating a lot easier. Because initially, what's going to hurt more? You have all this buildup on this dating website. He or she finally gets the courage to ask the other one out on a real date. And then when they date in person, it's not what they thought it would be. The person isn't who they thought it would be, etc., etc. So one person getting their hopes up, the other person just kind of like, meh, this isn't what I thought it would be. So what hurts getting rejected up front after just asking a simple, hey, what's up? Can I buy you a drink? Piss off, loser. Okay, well, that's your loss, honey, not mine. Or having this build up, this conversation, finding out their likes and dislikes, and then going to hang out with them, and then finding out, okay, well, this isn't, you know. So to me, getting rejected later on an actual first date after chit-chatting with someone on online dating for a couple weeks, I think that kind of would hurt a lot worse, to be quite fair. So when one gets rejected by women all the time, one finds ways to make themselves seem more attractive to women. In my case, I develop a sharp sense of humor, big muscles, amazing musical talent of singing and guitar playing of such, building an empire with my YouTube channel and getting a little over 8,000 plus subscribers. Now, not everyone can do these things. Some of us are gifted for these things and some of us aren't. Which means if you want to make yourself seem more appealable to the opposite sex and you can't use YouTube to do it, then I might suggest exploring other pathways, other hobbies. I didn't just get to this spot on YouTube overnight, mind you. But this old-fashioned mentality that people can't make real connections outside of the internet, I disagree. In fact, some of my customers who have purchased wands in the past were in fact couples who watch my videos. In fact, that would be making a connection outside of the internet to buy something from the internet to then have a connection outside the internet once again. Because now, I've seen it happen before too, like a female will buy a wand for her boyfriend for his birthday and he'll buy a wand for her birthday kind of thing, you know. So even if I'm not getting laid, I could care less because I'm actually helping other couples grow closer because they're watching my videos. And some of my videos are helping men and women get a better understanding of one another. I would hope that's the initial goal. Believe me, if I wanted to get laid, it wouldn't be a problem. You know, just the right time and right place kind of thing. I find that people who rush to find companionship are never the happiest with their choice. YouTube. So I'm not going to rush a good thing. These trolls might think to themselves, oh well, la-di-da. We bully every girl he tries to date or associate with. Eventually he'll give up on dating and he'll bitch about it on YouTube and we'll win. No, not necessarily, no. No, I had not given up on dating, and I've just been a bit more selective, you know. And counting the months off on your dry spell just to have a laugh, really, because it's stupid when you think about the bigger picture of it. But I find the idea that people cannot make real connections outside of social media, I find that idea to be crass and full of shit, to be quite honest. Like, really now, that's bullshit. And the reason why I say that is because you look at some of the older generations, people who were around before the internet came about. How do you think these people made connections? In real life, exactly. They call them on the telephone, on someone's landline, or a payphone, or what have you. And they'd meet up in person to talk. They wouldn't just be like, oh, let's FaceTime each other, huh? I feel like technology has made it easier for humans to connect socially, but it's also made things more difficult. The advantage to having technology where people are able to make a connection in an instant. You could chat with someone halfway around the world through your computer screen, and it's quite impressive. However, this also makes it more difficult because this means bullying becomes much, much easier to do and much harder to track. I was quite literally shredding on my guitar, and like another string snapped. So now I've only got like 4 strings left. I'll restring it whenever I feel it's necessary. Like, I'm not in a hurry, I just enjoy playing it. And if I could still play it with 4 strings, and you know. However, my BC Rich Warlock has a lot more strings on it, so I'm probably going to switch out the guitars for just to play that one for old time's sake, because I haven't played my BC Rich in a while. Don't get me wrong, the Spellcaster is pretty sweet, but oh look, he still has it. It's a little bit dusty, but it's nonetheless playable, I think. Should be, hopefully. Try. Assuming the amp jack isn't completely fucked. Still very much playable. Now, before I get into playing that, this one's missing the high E string. It's a 6th string, but it's still very much playable. Woo. Let's make sure the system preference volume and all that's adjusted properly. There we go. see how I take the ring off. I might be able to play it a little bit better. Hold on a second. That's kind of how to tune it in. Oh yeah, BC Rich Warlocks are always gonna have a special place for me because I like. This is a sweet guitar, man. I've gotten so used to that whammy bar, I'm just like, this feels kind of weird playing with it. Of course, if you wanted like a cleaner sound, just real quick, like. There we song by AC/DC, Thunder. Well, it depends on how you want to play that. I mean, you can tap it out too if you want. Oh, look at that. But you could do all kinds of stuff with like the cleaner stuff, you know, like freaking bluesy sort of. We go back to this stuff right here. I'll tell you something, YouTube. I didn't get that good at a guitar overnight. No, you want to get good at an instrument? It takes, oh shit, that is dusty. It takes practice. Oof, I don't have any dusting rags on hand. Eesh. And I also need to get screws for the amp jack, because this is why I don't play this one, because this one needs a little bit of work done to it. I need small ass screws for the amp jack plate, because the screws I had for it seem to keep coming off. So yeah, this one needs a little bit of work done to it, but it's still nonetheless playable. This is why I've been primarily playing this other one, is because, as far as I can tell, the only thing wrong with it is Right now, is two of the strings fucking decided to snap while I was playing. But that's life, YouTube. Huh? That's life. Yeah. Bust out a quick lick on this real quick. Hold on. Of course, if you're not careful, like it'll kind of the strings will fucking make that noise. That yeah. But the double hand tapping I just got done doing that was fucking sick. Like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do have the replacement strings for this one. So like I can replace the strings on this right here, this particular spot. However, as most of you know, if you're restringing a Fender style guitar, you gotta take this plate off the back. Of course, I showed you how to do that on a video, didn't I? So you already know. You gotta take the plate off the back, and then you gotta stick in this tiny little hole in the back, and it corresponds with the hole right here on this side. And then you stick it through here in the tuning peg, and then you tune it, and yeah. Whereas if my BC Rich, for instance, is so much easier to restring. And I'm not talking shit, because these are both beautiful guitars in my eyes. But literally, you go in from the bottom, and you pull the string through the hole right here, and that little bit on the string catches right there in that circle, and then pull it through, stick in the tuning peg, done. You know, there is no taking a back plate off. That's primarily the difference you're going to see with guitars. You know? And if you own a Fender style guitar, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, yo. Restringing them is a nightmare. Only because you gotta take these 4 fucking screws off, and I'm like, you know, they got these guitars now where you can take the back piece off because it's attached via a very strong magnet. And I'm like, wouldn't that be a lot easier than having these 4 fucking tiny ass screws? You know? I could think of a bazillion different. I could think of at least 2 good ways that would make changing out the string on your Fender so much easier. Like the ideas I have. You know, if they just applied that technology to a guitar, all of a sudden Fender players aren't going to be caught up on, oh shit, snap strings, okay. Now they're going to be sitting there going, oh fuck, that was easy to change out strings, fucking A. No, but being able to do those things will only get you so far if you don't actually respect women then, you know, you're just going to be some asshole who knows how to play a mean guitar, really. I don't go out of my way. I don't go out of my way to be an ass to people, personally. But when they're rude to me, I'm going to be rude right back to them, because to me, it's the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. I don't want to be treated like shit, so I don't go out of my way to be a shitty person. And I tend to hold that standard for both men and women, to be quite fair. But there's the problem with it. If a woman's rude to you and you're rude back to her, you get labeled as a typical asshole guy. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay? And trust and believe, that's just how it is. If you don't like someone being rude to you, then don't be rude to them. As simple as that, really. It's not that difficult. Although if you're a dude, in most cases, you're better off just not letting her shit get to you. Because I can tell you from first-hand experience, if you are rude to chicks who are rude to you first, it doesn't matter what they did. You automatically get pegged as the typical male. So, you can bitch about double standards and say how unfair it is, but that's life, dude. So sometimes you just gotta pick your battles, YouTube.